This Swiss-made Glaser Wheel Hoe comes in a small box and is easy to assemble. I'll show you how. First thing I'm going to do is assemble the handles. For this, we're going to use the longest bolt and the smallest nut. Loosely install all the nuts and bolts in the handles. Assemble the tightening ratchet. This bracket holds the bolt in place, and the ratchet tightens the nut. The handles can be a little bit of a tight squeeze. Just use a little bit of glass cleaner to lubricate. Now that the handles are assembled, it's time to put the wheel on the chassis. We're going to attach the long bracket to the chassis. Use the fattest bolts and the fattest nut. Just use the same bracket and the biggest ratchet to tighten. Take all of the nuts and washers off of one end of the axle. Put the axle through the wheel and remove the last nut and the last washer. To secure the axle to the wheel, on the other side, just install the small washer, the large washer, and then a nut. Now just attach the wheel to the brackets using the large washer and then a nut. The last nuts and bolts we're going to install are the ones that are going to determine the angle of cut. The wider the angle, the shallower the cut. And you're going to use a washer, nut, bolt, washer going on the inside. All the Glaser attachments are sold separately, and I've chosen this 5-inch stirrup hoe, which I'm going to install next. Make sure it's tightly screwed in, or you can damage the oscillating block. The height of the handle should be hip height to the operator. And that's going to help you determine exactly where to screw in the final bolt, nut, and washer. After the last bolt is installed, make sure and tighten up all the connections. This is a perfect tool for any area that's too big to hand weed and too small for a tractor.